Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2.
Hey Derek, how are you? Mexican, rough 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 Mexican,
We're waiting for them to either upgrade. Now what I used in Dungarvan last week.
Two.
Roadrunners are next.
Mexican, rough 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 Mexican, night again. Rough 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 night again.
How you doing? Some party, huh?
Yeah, but where's the guest of honor?
Right here.
Do you hear that? Oh, we rock the house. We rock the whole world. North, east, and south.
All hail to the new king. Party man.
Party man. put it in. Right in what?
Now you know, gather round, everybody hail a new king in town.
When I need trombone, my dog is handy. But when I want sax, I call Candy, 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 Candy.
I can't actually go up my head like. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2
1 2 1 2 1 2 3.
Yeah.
No, they're doing the scoreboard here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be able to stop it anyway.
Yeah, we
You can control the score yourself if you like.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome here to Kilbeaconty here in the county of Galway for this National Camogie League game, very National Camogie League between the home team of Galway and the visitors from Clare. Leo O'Donnell is my name, and I'm joined in co-commentary today by Pat McNamara, and also our guest analyst today is Raymond Nilsson from Fecal. Raymond, who has an extensive knowledge of the GA scene and especially the camogie scene up in Galway. Pat, you're welcome. Raymond, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Leo. Lovely to be here. What a lovely little venue. Kilbeaconty is a fabulous newsstand here. Always a nice venue for the 7-a-sides one time, and indeed we played many challenges here down over the years ourselves, things down near us, but beautiful appointed grounds, great atmosphere, and a really fine crowd for a camogie second, third round league game. The place is almost packed and lots of cars and plenty of atmosphere, so great to be here, and we're looking forward to a good game now, Leo.
Yeah, and I suppose you often played club hurling here for Kilbeaconty as well, if the truth be told, Pat. But anyway,
if I was good enough, maybe.
We'll put that aside. Raymond, you're welcome back to the commentary team for 2023. You were in management for the last couple of years. Good to have you back. What do you know about this Galway team before we give the line-outs about teams, Raymond?
Sure. First of all, they're at home, so they'll be anxious to get a couple of points here. They're in a bit of an experimental mode. You see Roisin Black, their full back today. Sarah Dervin isn't talking yet. You have a few more there. Sabina Rabbit up full forward. You don't see Siobhan McGrath or any of the McGraths today. Mordaunt, I suppose, is injured, and of course Niamh Kilkenny you don't see her at the middle of the field. So they have a few, but they're a strong. They have a strong team at the same time, like Carrie Dole and Aoife Keane, Eilish Riley, especially up in the forwards, will be very dangerous. Emma Helibert, Rachel Hannafy, they're strong players. Dervla, Shawnee Healy, all of these. They have a strong team out, so it'll be a tough test for Clare. But nothing that they shouldn't be able to overcome today. Clare are supposed to have done a little bit more than the rest, maybe. So Galway wouldn't have a mighty amount done, so I'd say it'll be close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to give you the line out of both teams, and we're going to start first of all with the Clare team in their blue and yellow jerseys and blue skirts. In goals is Dermot Murphy from Clarecastle. The full back line, Quiva Kelly from Kilkishen Bodyke, Susan Daly from Scariff and Ciara Groga from Clooney Quinn. The half back line, Ellen Casey from the Market, Niamh O'Dea, the giant captain from Kilmaley, and Claire Hare from Aina Kildemona. In the middle of the field is Quiva Carmody of Kilmaley and Abby Walsh of Scariff and Gunlow. The half forward line, Lorna McNamara of Killanena, Rebecca Foley of True Clonlara, and Wilton Scanlon of 6 Mile Bridge. And the full forward line comprises of Jennifer Daly of Scariff and Gunlow, Anya Loughlin of True Clonlara, and Amy Keating of Aina Kildemona. The Galway team line out as follows: in their maroon jerseys and maroon skirts. In goals is Fiona Ryan of Ballindereen, Charlie Healy of Ardahan team captains at cornerback, Roisin Black of Ward Marie fullback, and Deborah Higgins of Athenry at left cornerback. Rachel Hennefy, Ormore Marie at right half back, Emma Hellebert from Ballindereen at centre back, with Katie Anna Porter from Davits at left half back. Aoife Dunne of Mulla and Jennifer Hughes of Carnmore in Lorna Parker, Carrie Dolan, Clarenbridge, Niamh Hennefy, Ormore Marie, and Anya Keane from St Thomas's, the half forward line, with Shannon Corcoran of Sarsfields, Sabina Rabbit of Athenry, and as Raymond said, Ailish O'Reilly from Ormore Marie. Pat, you know, a big day for some of the Clare girls making their first starts. Jennifer Daly and Abby Walsh to name but two from Scariff and Gunlow.
Absolutely, and it was, you know, it's a day for Clare maybe to lay down a marker. Galway are missing some household names from this, and okay, Oran Naveen, but we'll observe that with a bit of respect. Oran Naveen. Talked.
Yes, Pat, continue on.
As we were saying there, a real chance, I think, for Clare to lay down a marker that they are open in this company. Galway, as I said before, if you're real household names from Camogie, top draw players, 5 or 6 of them not in action. Clare with a full squad to pick from, and you know, there's no long distance travelling. They're away, Clare are away, but everybody's here nearly with a little over half an hour of a drive, maybe, so a little more than that, and so it's like a home game in many ways. But ball's about to be thrown in, Leo, so we're expecting a real performance from Clare today, and I think it is required as well from John Carmody.
Yeah, changes on the team already. Niamh Hennefy gone to centre field for Galway. Galway playing to the goals at the road end here in the first half. Dermot Murphy in the goals at the road end, and for Galway, Fiona Ryan, men and the woman in the goals below at where they AstroTurf on the training pitch. The game is on here. Centre back Ella O'Hara gets the ball into the full Sabina Rabbit out round the half forward line. A beautiful appointed venue here in Kilbacon. The ball is out in the middle. Becky Foley for Clare, who has started in the middle of the field. Abby Walsh, but the midfield dynamo gets the ball, loses it, but Quiva Carmody gets the ball over the head. Here out to Muirden Scanlon being picked up by Rachel Hennefy. Here's Muirden Scanlon going down along the line, throws up, got away with it, throws up the ball and catching it there. The ball comes to Carmody working hard. The early stages, line ball for Clare. Raymond, it's a beautiful venue here in Kilbacon.
Oh, lovely pitch, stand, everything. It's a credit to them, really, you know. Lively start from Clare.
Yeah, the ball is out now from Carmody, the midfielders.
Oh, come on.
I'm not too sure.
There was a strike in action there.
I thought it was a distinct, clear action of the strike from Abby Walsh, and a harsh free to give away a free coming across, and Emma Hellebert, the Galway centre back, coming across, and she has gained a few yards. Well, the linesman has to interrupt. Definitely, we are not going to be or no
Giving any
dignity,
favours
respect
here,
for
anyway.
referee. But the ball from Hillibert up into the corner, out to Ailish O'Reilly. She buys a good few yards off Susan Daly, helps the ball off to Carrie Dolan. Carrie Dolan, a shot, is that the first score? No, it's gone out to the right hand side, or left hand side of the post and gone wide, in the puck off from Jordan Murphy. Quick puck out to Claire Herr. Good to see Claire Herr out from full back, out in the half back line, where she can maybe have more of an impact on the game. She's pulled back by All Keen. She's fouled by All Keen, and a foul free for Claire Herr. 45 yards from her own goal, going to be taken by Claire. Claire seemed to have the advantage, kind of whatever hill is in it here in the first half, Pat.
But apart from that, it's very interesting to Claire here, obviously near back. She's not going to be let run out from defence today and carry the ball 60 metres. She was fouled there by Keane immediately to stop any momentum she might get, because she had been brilliant game against Kilkenny. I was also quite good the last day as well against Cork in a leaking ship.
The ball is out from Donohoe and the experienced players moving. Riley gets a turn, Susan soon. Daly does well to get a block. He's gone off for a Week. No, the goalkeeper Darren Murphy. Darren drives that ball. Good sharp goalkeeping from Darren Murphy. Gets the ball out. Great catch there by Lorna McNamara. McNamara gets the ball out to Carmody. Carmody at midfield. Gets the ball across, but it's blocked by Niamh Hennefy. Ball comes into Jennifer Hughes. Hughes turns off her left hand side. Ball goes in over the top. Bertie's going to be picked up by Sabina Rabbit. Her father Joe was a thundering centre forward for Galway in his time, but that ball from Sabina goes out to the right hand side and gone wide. No score as of yet. Raymond, your early thoughts?
Yeah, Galway, I see Sabina Rabbit out around the middle of the field, and if Hannify, so they're trying to open it up inside, but Clare are doing well, defending well. And if we get a score on the board now, it would be the thing.
The ball comes out to Rachel Hennefy. Rachel Hennefy gets the ball out to Jennifer Hughes, who gives the ball out to Niamh Hennefy. Niamh Hennefy, the orchestrator, as Galway working through the line to Eve. I don't know who. She turns Ellen Casey like the will of a wisp player. Don't know who is. She's been picked up by Abby Walsh at this side. Here comes Donohoe. Donohoe puts the ball into the corner. Ailish O'Reilly, she's 3 out of 3 1. But Daly is sticking to her test. But Riley's a very strong, experienced player. She pops the ball. If that was a pass to the first one, Donohoe was well blocked down there by Susan Daly. I'm wearing scanning for Clare. Coming out with the ball, gets the ball, takes it into the challenge, drives that ball down. Jennifer Daly, great play from Daly, wins the ball, puts it into her hand, gets it, but she's robbed in turn by Jennifer Hughes. And the cornerback is Shauna Healy. Shauna Healy, the captain for Galway. Is she going to get the first score here in Kilbacon? The captain shows by example, Matt. Galway 1 point, Clare no score.
But a real lesson there for the Scariff girls, who are absolutely brilliant players. You know, this is a quicker level, and a beautiful flick away there by Jennifer Hughes, the Galway midfielder, to win possession, or to rob Jennifer Daly of possession there, which looked like she had it. So Jennifer and Abby will pick up an awful lot of valuable learning in this game.
And that ball comes out from the puck out, picked up by Lorna McNamara, but Lorna drops it. Comes out to Shannon Corcoran. Here comes Corcoran, gets the ball out to Donohoe. Walsh gets the Hurley in, but it's Hennefy. Here's Niamh Hennefy. Hennefy coming through. 40. Ball into red. Ailish O'Reilly, plenty of space for O'Reilly. She's tried to turn Susan Daly. Shot, go hard address on. Galway 2 points. Clare no score. And we thank our sponsors here today, Dare Credit Union, our outside broadcaster, by Michael Long Construction. But our main league sponsor this year is the CareerWise Recruitment there, and Joe Robbins, and we thank him very much for joining the team here for this season of league games. The ball out from Darren Murphy out to Caoimhe Kelly. Caoimhe Kelly coming down, drives this ball down long towards Jennifer Daly. The ball bypasses Jennifer Daly, but Katie Ann Porter is going back. Galway, as Raymond said, Galway taking the time to experiment and try out some players. The ball comes to Shauna Healy, a hand pass into Porter. They're comfortable, and here comes Emma Hillibert, the centre back. Lovely stylish player is Hillibert. What a pick up by Carrie Dolan. Leaves Ciara Dolan in her wake. Ciara Grogan, a shot from Carrie Dolan is picked up inside by the Clare goalkeeper, and Galway very much on top in these early stages. Caoimhe Kelly, good clearance out. Caoimhe Kelly gets the ball out to Claire Heher. Heher lets fly, first time up along the wing, where it comes to Ellen Casey, and the ball comes off the stick of Ellen Casey, goes out over the line. Of course, Clare, Pat, taking the time to try out some players also.
Clare taking try out some players. Zian hasn't started, Chloe Morey hasn't started. I mean, that's what the league is about too, but I suppose they're just finding it hard, Clare, to get their first touch right here. There is pressure by Galway. Anyone I think Galway are stepping back because it's a league game, and their eyes are fixed on the championship more so. You can forget it, because Galway are really working hard in this game. And what's the interesting thing again is the conditioning and the strength of them in the tackle, and that is a slight difference between the teams even at this early stage.
Yeah, and there's current certain for Galway as their team captain has gone down her own 45 layer line. That's Shauna Healy, brilliant cornerback and a great leader, and has taken over the captain's armband for Galway this year. But good to see her back on her feet. Line ball going to be taken. Looks like it's going to be taken by, is it Anya Keane here out in front of us? Now she's leaving it to Sabina Rabbit is going taking this line ball. referee giving time for Shawnee Healy to regain her feet, which she does, and game is going to continue with this line ball going to be taken by Sabina Rabbit. Niamh O'Dea inside the middle. Is this ball going to Winter? She cuts it across out to Anya Keane. Anya Keane gives the ball back to Hennefy. Galway look very, very composed. Well, the ball cut out by Muireann Scanlon. Scanlon back and on the back line. Gets to Heher. Heher just drives it down. Where it is going to be picked up by Shawnee Healy. Shawnee Healy puts up her hand, and the ball is going to be won by Amy Keating. Amy Keating can Clare get a score here. The ball, Becky Foley trying to win it for Clare. She does win it. She's bursting through. Becky Foley trying to get the ball. She gets the ball out, but it only comes out to the midfielder. That midfielder is Jennifer Hughes. Here come Galway. It's out to the wing back, Rachel Hennefy. Hennefy striking from 45 metres. That's a tremendous score from the stick of Rachel Hennefy. Galway 3 points. Clare no score. A very efficient machine, this Galway machine, Pat, or Raymond.
Yeah, they have a lot of legs there out around the middle of the field, and Eilish Riley is dangerous inside. I'd be keeping a very close eye on her because they'll try and set her up for a goal. We need to score badly.
And that ball comes out. Lorna McNamara. Lorna shown well for the puck out, but it's Katie Ann Porter. Katie coming up along the wing, a strong player. Gets the ball, a short pass comes to Ellen Casey. Casey does well. Clare already have a victory in the National League, in the Junior League today when they defeated Limerick by 17 points to 1-3. Galway lost in the intermediate to Wexford by 4 or 5 points. Don't know the extra score. The ball is with the cornerback, Devlin Higgins. Higgins coming out, gets the ball out to Black, gets the ball out to Hellebert. Hellebert, lovely stylish player is Hellebert. Blocked down by Ellen Casey to Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh trying to get away from the tackle of Sabina Rabbit. Galway's work rate very, very high, and here comes Abby Walsh. Gets a lovely ball into the middle for a midfield partner, Carmody. Carmody set the scene against Kilkenny in an earlier game. The ball comes out to Abby Walsh, but Shawnee Healy gets the ball where Emma Hillibert coming across our own half back line. Pull for overcarrying. A chance of a score, and I bet they need a score that could get Clare on the board, Pat.
A chance for Lorna to get the opening score. We're just over 8 minutes in, and Clare have been dominated in the middle third of the course. Galway have back like completely on top there, setting up the scores for the forwards. But here's the chance now. Good bit of work there by Abby Watcher and a couple of others to get the ball up there, win the free, and a chance for 3-1 after not really having played at all. Wouldn't be bad after 8.5 minutes. Yeah,
Galway very much with showing their supremacy all over the pitch in these early stages. But a few balls have dropped out into the safe hands of Darren Murphy, and Darren will clear them all day. It's where have Clare to tighten up, Raymond? This Galway have this running game, and I know they seem to be very comfortable with it.
Well, we need to be trying to win a bit more and around midfield and the half forward line, and we need to carry ball at pace. But there's only so much they can do. We need a bit more power there anyway to get somebody on the ball. I'd say it's a day where you need the likes of Zian, maybe. I don't know why someone like that out there to kind of a bit of pace, because these ladies are running us out of it.
And that ball from Lorna Mack over the bar, 3 points for Galway, 1 point for Clare. A good puck out from Fiona Ryan, who's taken over from Sarah Healy in this year. Ciara Grogan, the cornerback, does well, comes out with this one, gets the ball, but she gets it into the middle where it's found by Emma Hillibert. Hillibert goes backwards to Shawnee Healy. She got felt of force of a tackle there from Becky Foley, the cornerback, gets the ball out to Niamh Hennefy. A rather high pull there by Muireann Scanlon, but the ball comes in. Tifa Dunne, but Casey does well, picking up in her own half back line. Casey's blocked down. It comes to the midfielder, Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh puts the ball into the middle towards Cueva Carmody. Carmody is beaten by Niamh Hennefy, and the ball in for Shannon Cochran. The very kind of Shivagran looking like a pop pass off to Dolan. That's excellent camogie, brilliant to watch from the Colini as Coolina Galway Ciara Coolini. Clare Coolina won, Patrick.
Great play by the Galway, but still came off a clear mistake, Leo. They're trying to play a short game, hurley passes, and the hurley pass did, a 20-yarder, and it was intercepted. It wasn't high enough and it wasn't accurate enough, so it was clear possession. That should be down the other end of the field. A lovely finish by Galway, but we handed them the chance though.
And that puck out from Darren Murphy went towards the wing forward, Anya Keane. She beat Claire Heher. She's coming in across. Niamh O'Dea puts in a challenge. Keane gets the ball, recycles it back out to Eilish O'Reilly. Out now from a full forward position. Turtle Susan Daly pops the ball back off to Keane. And it's great block down there by the hard-working Lorna McNamara. And Susan Daly, the Clare fullback, comes out, pops the ball to Carmody. Carmody goes back. O'Dea gets the ball into the middle towards Ellen Casey. One of the Clare players shown well in these early stages. Great ball down to Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly is beaten in touch by the cornerback is Devlin Higgins. Your first touch, she's foul. Devlin Higgins fouled by Jennifer Daly. Raymond, the first touch has to be better. You don't get any space in this Galway Canadian.
I wouldn't be bringing out Derblay out to the middle of the field at all. I'd keep her back because they're good now. So Shawnee Healy, and if you bring them out there around, they'll win. They're very strong in the ball.
And here's this free from Hellevert going in around the Carnoga. Daly puts up her hand, does well. The full back gets away from this challenge of Riley. Susan Daly with her ball out towards Merton Scanlon. Scanlon does well, touches the ball away, but she's robbed in turn by Niamh Hennessy. It's our ball off with Sabina Rabbit. Sabina, we're very close to the sideline in front of the main stand here. Line ball gone off the stick of Ellen Casey. Line ball for Galway, and Galway really pushing home their supremacy here, trying to put scores on the board. It's 4 points to 1, 11 minutes gone. We once again thank our sponsor, Career Risers Groupman and Joe Robbins, and he's been very good for the community and around. The line ball goes across. Here's a lady who has been very good for Galway Thief. I don't know who, but she's beaten in this case by Ellen Casey, fouled by Sabina Rabbit. Free out for Clare, gives them a bit of respite, Pat.
Yeah, and Ellen Casey and Mason, the American girl, has put in a serious effort. She's a lot of ball up her wing, and she has done very, very well. Come out with a few balls there, and anything she couldn't hit short and give away, she's hit it long. Hadn't been one of them by the forwards, but she's doing her part very well. Great
ball down towards Jennifer Daly, and it's Deverly Higgins, as Raymond had alluded to. You don't want her out around the field. She gets this ball out to Rachel Hennessy. Hennessy is beaten by Merton Scanlon. Oh, it was a rather loose throw from Merton Scanlon. I think if the referee had speaked to it was a free, but the ball comes back to Emma Hillibert. A lovely stylish centre back with a lovely ball into Donoghue. Puts down her hand. Grogan goes down, tries to get the better of her, does better. The ball comes to Aoife Donoghue. Aoife or Becky Foley is fouled by Sabina Rabbit. Free for Clare and gives them a bit of respite. Galway 4 points, Clare 1, and Clare Hare coming across from her wing back position. Clare looks even wrecked at this stage from running around after this Galway ladies.
It's interesting that one of the Clare players not being shoved around is Becky Foley. She has the power, she has that that physicality, and I think Clare might be 2 or 3 more like her around that middle third, but Clare Hare has it as well. Good free.
This is the ball in around the Canoga, goes up, the corner back goes up. Is it going to break for Amy Keating? Can Clare get a leveler here? The ball, Amy is trying to get it up. Becky Foley in there trying, and the referee calls a halt. Raymond, what a score would do for Clare at this stage?
Far be it for me to be telling selectors what to do, but Niamh, Clare Hare is a central player, I think, and she's kind of isolated out there on the wing. One of your best players.
And that's a pass, a great ball from Hoya Loughlin out to Merton Scanlon. It's double scores. It's Galway 4, Clare 2. Yeah, Raymond, I think she's maybe a bit isolated out there.
Yeah, and you see, she was probably sent out on Carridown, but Carridown isn't playing there. She's moving around, and then it's Anya Keane is there at the minute. And I'd say if Aoife was kind of a central here, maybe even to throw her centre field for a while and swing it a bit, because while Galway have a lot of the play, they're not, once we don't let them get a goal, they're not putting it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, there's concern for Galway now, Raymond, because Niamh Hennessy, who's had a big influence in the early stages, looks like the hammer injury, the hamstring.
Yeah,
it looks like
she suffers a bit.
Niamh Nyland, I think, is the one.
Niamh Nyland from Clarenbridge is coming on for Galway, and Niamh Nyland, a very, very promising underage player. She won't weaken the Galway challenge by any shape or form, but it's going to be a puck out coming from Fiona Ryan and Bellin, and this lady has a puck for the. I don't know, she's a.
But Leo, before they get 4-2 is not a bad position for Clare to be in, considering we really have been playing second fiddle all along. 14, almost halfway through the first half. 4 points to 2. It could be so much worse.
Yeah, I see Clare Hare has a bit of something on the lower right leg as well, as she's a small bit of trouble with it too.
And here Galway go with the short puck out. The ball goes out to Hennessy, to Emma Hillibert. Hillibert has sees a lot of ball in the first 10-12 minutes here, 14 minutes actually, and it goes out off the stick of Lorna McNamara. 4 points for Galway, 2 points for Clare, as Pat says. Not a bad position to be in, considering the dominance that Galway have expressed here in the first 14 minutes. Line ball going to be taken by, is it Aoife Donoghue over there on that far side? No, she leaves it. Ball comes across towards Donoghue, but Grogan does well. And she gives a lovely pop pass to Abby Walsh. Abby Walsh going through the middle. And there's a kind of a high challenge there by Emma Hillibert. And Raymond, Clare, beginning to fight their way into the game. And another score from Lorna here. It's only Cody Nawani on the phone.
They're getting it, as I say. Galway's dominance on the field isn't being shown on the scoreboard, and they're slowly battling their way back into it. And Hannafy will be a loss now to them, because she's a very strong player. And even in Ireland, like she's lightish, so she won't have the same impact. And it's not too bad.
No, not bad. And here's this 45-metre free for Lorna McNamara, dead straight in front of the post. It should be meat and drink to Lorna McNamara. Indeed it is. Galway 4 points, Clare 3 points. That's a good return from Clare, Pat.
It is a good run by Abby there, and Raymond was right. I thought she should have released the ball sooner. She was kind of lucky to get the free. I didn't see anything bad done to her, but she's holding the hurley and very far out from her, so it's quite easy to knock the ball off her hurley. At this level, at club level, of course, she dominates completely. But as I said, the likes of Abby, such a promising and wonderful player already, is that this game, this game for the likes of her is absolutely super. She will learn so much and come on from it.
And Clare beginning to turn the screw here, and the ball comes down to Shawnee Healy. We're 30 metres out from the Clare goal. The ball comes out to Lorna McNamara. Can she level proceedings? Indeed, a shot from Lorna McNamara, and the umpires are undecided. Both of them are looking.
No decision made.
No, the decision is air for real, according to the. According to the Galway, to Shawnee Healy was advising, I think, the referee on that occasion. But the score remains Galway 4, Clare 3. And the sharp puck out comes out here from Fiona Ryan out to Shawnee Healy. Shawnee Healy here in front of the stand here. It's a lovely low ball up to Katie Ann Porter taking on Weirden Scanlon. Scanlon does well. The ball comes into Emma Hillibert. Emma Hillibert being fronted up there by Anya Loughlin. Gives it back to the fullback Roisin Black. The ball Heher does well. Gets out in front of Anya Keane.
Claire targeted for sure.
She throws the ball and she's gone down, I suppose. I think, in fairness to Pat, she'd played the soldier on that one, because once she was beaten, she went down and cut the helmet.
She won the free very well.
She done very, very well, because she had been overturned.
But they have earmarked her as they're not going to let her drive out and inspire Clare. Every ball she has come on, and we know how strong and how direct she is, Clare O'Hare. She has been surrounded by at least two, and he's been hit fairly hard, but I think she bought that free very well. Using all her experience.
That's experience of the highest order, because she had been turned.
Oh, it's only a throw-in, actually.
And the ball comes into Anya Keane. Anya Keane and Heher has it on this occasion. Lose it out. That's a tremendous battle. It's the battle of the game here. The ball comes to the centre back, the giant captain OD trying to get away from Aoife Donoghue. Comes back into the middle where Grogan is there, and she loses it. Ball comes down. Grogan picks it up well. Good pick up by Ciara Grogan, the cornerback, trying to break out. Gets the ball out to Claire Heher, but it's there for Sabina Rabbit for Galway, trying to pop the pass off. She gets it into Shannon Crocken to Carrie Dolan. And a high challenge. Well, a high challenge by Cueva Kelly, and he gives the free to Galway. It's one of these ones that
I've seen it all.
I have seen it all. Cueva Kelly actually put the whole hand to her head after the free, and he gives the free to Galway. So look
free
at
to Clare.
Free to Clare.
That's the rule now until they change it. I mean, once you're
but Raymond, the same thing will happen in 20 minutes from now, and we'll go the opposite way.
Well, in a hurling match, there's a free in there.
Exactly.
But they're giving frees to the.
And the ball is off with Jennifer Daly. Jennifer Daly well out from her corner forward position. Gets a lovely ball down to Weirden Scanlon. Scanlon, who was one scoring the ball. Can she get another one? She pops it to Amy Keating. Oh, what a block down from Shawnee Healy, who can't afford to throw the ball up with that lady around. Amy Keating very close to the line. Lovely low ball in towards Anya Loughlin and the full back. And now we have a chance of a leveler here. Good play by Anya Loughlin, was beaten, but didn't Roisin Black out. It's 4 points to 3 in favour of Galway. We're 19 minutes gone here. In the beautifully appointed pitch here in Kilbeakenty, in association with our main sponsor, Career Wise Recruitment, and Lorna McNamara. If this goes over, Raymond, we're back to co-score.
Yeah, unbelievable, really. But that's the scoreboard is the thing that counts, not what's going on the pitch.
And here comes Lorna taking the time to compose herself, practicing her rising at the ball, and a brilliant striker of a dead ball. And can she level proceedings here with nearly 20 minutes gone here in Kilbeakenty? 20 metres in from the sideline. Lorna strikes it. We're level pecking. We're back as we started. And you know, Pat, Clare have really just grown into this game bit by bit.
They've improved. They've improved, as was incrementally, to use the word. Minute on minute, they've picked themselves up. Good to face as Ellen Casey, Claire Hare at the back, Niamh O'D at times began to show up things. They've been better there around the middle as well. Abby Watch has worked hard, but Rabbit is away again.
Yeah, here comes Sabina, like her father of all, the way she picked that one out of the clouds, gives it out to Carrie Dolan. And Sabina is pulled back there by Ellen Casey. I tell you, it was reminiscent of Joe Pat in his prime.
Well, exactly. I'm going to be hard, but I heard you saying the Rapper's been chased by the Fox. I think the Rapper's been chased there by Ellen Casey, who did foul, in fairness, and it's a very, very easy free for Carrie Dolan. 23 metres out, just right at the right hand post, and I say she will tap this over.
20 minutes gone. We are co-score at the moment, but expect Carrie Dolan. And Carrie Dolan, even though she was very close to the left-hand post, puts Galway back in the lead. Galway 5, Clare 4. What a girl to have in your arm, Raymond, where a lady can put up her hand and win the puck out like that.
Yeah, she's worked very, very hard altogether, apparently, to try and get on, make this team.
And the puck out. And the puck out comes out to Helibert, and Foley is swinging there as she always does, and the ball comes off the stick of Emma Helibert out over the line. Becky Foley, big physical presence for Clare, you know. She'll take her time to work her way back, and she has come back from a cruciate injury, and good to see her back. She's taking the line ball. Maybe we would rather see Becky inside in the middle of the action. Gets a line ball. Not her best strike today, goes out straight out over the sideline again here, right in front of the main stand. And Deborah Higgins coming up to take this one. It's Galway 5, Clare 4. A very entertaining game here in Kilbeakenty in this round 3. Clare, who have beaten Kilkenny in the first round, suffered defeat against Cork last weekend. Galway beat Kilkenny last weekend and suffered to defeat Tipperary Aaron Cadelaw. The ball comes in. Jennifer. She touched a bit of grass there, but the ball comes to Katie Ann Porter. Gets the ball in. Donohoe beat the ball, beat Ciara Grogan. Out to Aoife Donohoe. Trying to get the ball out to Anya Keane turning back in, but Claire Heher gets the hurley in. It's gone to the right hand side. Fintan Mack, the umpire, out there waving it wide. It's 5 points for Galway, 4 points for Clare. Quick puck out from Darren Murphy out to Carmody. Carmody loses it, but Claire Heher out. I tell you, there's the exact reminiscence of what you said, Pat, a number of minutes ago. A clear charge by Claire Heher, not given, much the same as what happened in the one before. It's consistency, Pat.
Absolutely, that's what we asked for. And look at maybe the referees, in fairness to them, maybe the rules should be clearer, because it is, when is it a charge and when is there someone bashing into the front of you? If it's 50-50, you should pull it, let it go. It's just part of the game. But Claire Heher, in fairness, look at whether she's in the middle or out the wing, she's still getting into the game a fair bit recently, and that's a lot of the reason for Clare's recovery in this game. She's so solid, so powerful, and drives forward, and as I said before, Galway know that, so they're keeping a good eye on her. But one or two other Clare players might get into it more. Hopefully Jennifer Daly and Lorna in play will get into it more as well, and Anya Loughlin hasn't been given a decent ball in yet. That's the point.
And here comes Helibert, 40 metres from her own goal with this line ball. Cuts a good ball when she has the malaise of hitting it all over the line. So not a great day for the line ball experts here. But Raymond, what do you expect here in the final 8 or 9 minutes that we have in the first half?
Well, the thing I see is that Niamh Hannity, when she went off, she was hitting good ball down on our side, if people know, the stand side of Kilbeakenty, away from where Claire Heher was. But now the clearances are going down that way, and Claire is coming into her own. So there's a big change there. And Galway aren't getting the ball in.
And here comes the ball out to Shauna Healy. Shauna Healy puts the ball up here to Sabina. Sabina Rabbit goes down one-handed, tries to take on Ellen Casey. She's taken on the challenge, turns in on her left-hand side, gets the ball in towards O'Dea, cuts it out. Neve O'Dea cutting then their centre-back, pops this ball out towards Ciara Grogan. Ciara Grogan going to be managed there by Lisa Castley, who's on for Galway at this stage. Ball out to Merlin Scanlon. Scanlon's going to delivers the ball down towards the corner.
Go on,
Jennifer Daly running down to the corner, but the full-back is Roisin Black, who beats Jennifer Daly, and Anya Loughlin off for that one. She's fouled by Jennifer Daly, and I suppose if there's ever a good free pat, is foul in the corner.
Well, I suppose back up there where you can. Well, the first ball isn't scoreable, and it slows down any momentum of them passing the ball 3 or 4 times to each other up the field and running through us. So maybe it was a good foul, but so hard to get used to Roisin Black playing in there. We've seen Sarah Dervin there for about 10 years as captain, and Roisin Black looks to have a lot of the qualities that the girl of the woman she's replacing. So a good full back.
Yeah, and here comes Helibert. The free taker supreme from the half-back line, puts the ball up towards Donohoe. They go up. Sabina goes up. O'Dea lets fly. Good old-fashioned first-time pull from Neve O'Dea. Comes off the stick of Merlin Scanlon. Goharan as Dave Lena. Sideline ball to Galway. Katie Ann Porter. Going taking this one right in the middle of the field, as we'll say. Here comes Katie, here just in front of the stand. Here cuts it short out to the midfielder. The midfield partner is Jennifer Hughes. Jennifer Hughes is beaten by Becky Foley. Foley careering down.
Yeah, I know it. She did take them.
She did take maybe a couple of sticks, and then a couple of fuckle Asquiva Carmody of descent, and he brings it up another thing in for Ella Helibert. I would expect Carrie Dolan to come out, and indeed, as they speak, Carrie Dolan coming out, the Shaftswoman Supreme comes out into the middle of the field, 10 metres in from the sideline, Pat.
The sad thing is, Leo, the couple of fuckle of descent has made it kind of scoreable now. I know it's 70 exactly, the 70 metres out probably, but 72 or 3 maybe, but before that was going to be a 91. It was going to drop a lot shorter, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see if she's a lovely strike for ball. That's a Dane ball. It's dropping around the Carnoiga. O'Dea goes up like any good centre back and blocks that ball down. Here comes to Sabina Rabbit. Sabina Rabbit going in. She pops a lovely ball off to shot pass to Aoife Donohoe. It's Ciara Grogan. She gets the ball off to Cochran. There's a chance of a green one. A green goal from the stick of Shannon Cochran. The Siobhan McGrath look-alike on the field. Same helmet, same kind of movement, same finish. Galway 1-5, Clare 4 points. Pat, that's a big score.
That's a big score, but in fairness to them, they created it so well. There was 2 or 3 quick passes to the loose girl, but a free given away, a bit of descent. Grahan 13 metres, and that made all the difference where the ball landed. That's how it happened. You know, if I suppose, I know Becky Foley didn't mean to overcarry, but whenever the free was given against them, there was no question. It was 8 or 9 steps. I even said it before the whistle was blown, I think, and you know, it led to the goal. So again, a bit of a gap again. 1-5-4 for our listeners, in case we haven't said it. 1-5-4, 26 minutes gone.
And the ball comes into Nivo D as Galway are beginning to turn the screw again here in Kilbacon. A foul there by Shannon Cochran on Nivo D, and Shannon Cochran then steps in front of Nivo D trying to slow it down, and she did slow it down, and Clare Heher now going taking the free. It's Galway 1-5, Clare 4 points, 26 minutes gone here in Kilbacon. Once again we thank our sponsor Career-Wise and Recruitment and Joe Robbins, who is a lot done for Clare Camogie, but in terms of development as well during his time as in the county board, and now helping county hurling and Camogie as well with providing employment for Sabina Rabbit. She's getting through a lot of work. Is Rabbit pops a lovely ball out to Aoife Donoghue, gets away from Ciara Grogan. Donoghue, she gets away from Susan Daly as shot, and who that was for I suppose Pat or Raymond. Aoife Donoghue, you know, she doesn't miss too many. She's 1 or 2 missed today.
Well, the last couple of years she didn't push on like we thought she might, you know, and she it's not playing as well today, but that the Rabbit,
he's doing well.
Sure, she's very influential there, and she was the setting up of that goal too, you know, and she's a
fine player.
She's a tall on our side, you know.
Yeah, here's a fine player, he's OD, and she gets the ball out to Camry. Camry with a lovely ball. The first ball in towards Anya Loughlin. Anya doesn't want him as low as that, because Roisin Black. Anya the ball, but Black, the full back, comes out, gets the ball out to the wing back. The wing back, it gets it. Here comes Dervla Higgins. Dervla Higgins gets the ball into Emma Hellemont. Oh, I tell you, she would duck into this game. Becky Foley coming at speed there on that occasion. And Ciara Grogan slips. That allows Aoife Donoghue get the ball into her hand. Donoghue with a pop back. Oh, God, there. Only to Sabina Rabbit again.
Another
Rabbit
goal.
into O'Reilly. Irish O'Reilly gets a great save by the cool bar, Jordan Murphy. But the ball has been pulled back for the free. Advantage was given.
Brave goalkeeping by Jordan Murphy. Well, I think, yeah.
She got the full belt to the ball, but she, in fairness to her, she faced up to a good goalie that she is. But
Ray was talking there about Aoife Donoghue about 1 minute ago. They actually collected the ball and it was the most beautiful 40-metre pass straight into the hand of
Eilish O'Reilly.
Eilish O'Reilly is right, a beautiful pass.
Well,
but Raymond, you can't afford to give the likes of O'Reilly and these space. You have to stick tight to him.
Sabina Rabbit was involved in the move as well, like, and she's getting more and more influential there, and I'd kind of be looking at that.
Yeah, she's beginning. Ellen Casey has started well, but it's finding the Rabbit very hot to handle, and that's a free from Carrie Dolan. Gaharan dressing on is Galway 1 goal and 6. It's Clare 4 points here in Kilbacon. Jordan Murphy, 29 minutes gone here in Cadla. They poke out, blocked down by the sub. Is Lisa Casserly. Casserly, we talked to Niamh Nyland. Casserly gets the ball in towards Shannon Cochran and Cueva Kelly. Kelly does well on this occasion. Turns Cochran, going back into the corner. Gets the ball out to Casey gets the ball out to Camry let the ball bypass her on this occasion, but the work rate of Galway has increased immeasurably here in the 10 minutes here prior to half time. Cochran trying to get her for Galway. I seen her playing very well in the All-Ireland Intermediate final last year, but the ball is out. I'm not too sure. It's like kind of like Thomond Park down here in the corner. Who's going to come out? And the ball is going to be a line ball for Galway. It's intense, but an entertaining game, Pat.
It's a very enjoyable game, and again, the local venue I think adds to it. You know, a local, it's a fabulous pitch and a good roomy pitch, but it has a kind of a intimate feel to it with the new stand here, and there's a massive lines of people up along the sideline there on that metal fence. But look at Galway have up to whenever Clare threatened there by common level. I think Galway stepped up a gear in which they're capable of. I mean, you know, they're recent All-Ireland champions. They've appeared in recent finals as well, so they're a top 3 team easily. And you know, the players they are missing, every player in replacing them is dying to get a place on the start. So and that's why they're fighting so hard.
Yeah, and that ball went out to Clare Heher. Clare was beaten by Anya Keane. They're having a tremendous battle. Amy Keating over there on the far side, but here's Higgins. Higgins is a tigress cornerback. She didn't steal it, the man says there from Athenry. She gets the ball into Rachel Hennefy. Hennefy already has 1 point on the board. She gets the ball out to Anya Keane. Keane from St. Thomas is a shot of her left hand side to be a tremendous ball, but it tails out to the left hand side and gone wide. We're going into added time here in Cadla in Kilbacon. Galway 1-6, Clare 4 points, and a puck amok. Leshon Coolbara, Dearden O'Moraku, Asclara Hadakora. And here's Dearden surveying her options. Where's she going to go? Lorna McNamara was an outlet in the first 15 minutes. She was the only kind of woman winning primary possession. She goes to that position again, but the ball is blocked down out to Keane, and Keane is beginning to make a bit of hay over there on the far side. But Heher gets a ball in, and his Clare, you can't afford to wait. And here come Galway, a shot from the left half back, and it is got her and Dressnon. 1 goal and 7 for Galway, 4 points for Clare. That's a great score from the stick of, is it Lisa or the midfielder Jennifer Hughes, and Raymond. That's a big turnaround for Galway.
Yeah, we give that away ourselves. Yeah, we're just not getting it up really, and when we get it up, I mean, you're meeting probably one of the best full back lines maybe in Ireland, Higgins and Black and Shawnee Healy. So our threat is limited enough at the moment, and they're beginning to turn the screw.
Yeah, that's as you said, Raymond. The ball comes into Ailish O'Reilly, a lovely pass from the stick of Emma Hellebert. Hellebert is really controlling the game here from the centre back position. 1 goal and 8 for Galway, 4 points and for Clare, and in the flash of an eye, Pat, Galway in total control yet again.
Yeah, they turned it on. Once Clare came level at 4-all, I think, and showed that they were maybe threatening them in the game, they just stepped up again. I mean, that full back line, as Ray correctly said, is a super line. Some great clearances and tackling by them inside, giving away not many frees either. You know, our inside line are starved of ball anyway, but the few that have gone in are coming out nearly as quick. So they're just a bit stronger. There's more physical development there too, but there's also the experience of playing at a top level, Leo, for a few years. And as I said, any girl that's coming in today for a try, being tried out and isn't experienced, she's fighting for her life to hold on to her place. So
and it just shows the Emma Hellebert, my player of the match here in the Cadla, gets the ball here down to O'Reilly, takes a high tackle from Niamh O'Dea, and I would imagine there'd be a carte de buis for Niamh. I know Ailish was going low, but Niamh had the hand up. She puts out her hand, I suppose waiting for retribution, and she's protesting her innocence. But Raymond, O'Reilly looks like a different lady this year. Does seem to have added maybe a yard of pace to her game again.
Yeah, she's like they have a good team in Oranmore this year. They'll rattle the championship, and they're all supposed to be putting in a big effort, and she'd be the leader, you know.
There's an All-Ireland club championship in that club, Raymond.
I'd say they might be far away this year now, and she'd be, you know, one of the most experienced players, I suppose. And she you know, she hadn't totally delivered in the last few years, but she's very determined this year, I hear, to push it home. So.
And here's a lady who is well able to push it home, is the free taker, Carrie Dolan. Carrie off her left hand side. We wait for, indeed, it's gone over the bar. 1 goal and 9 for Galway, 4 points are clear. Referee going to call time here on the first half. It's Galway 1 goal and 9, Clare 4 points. Pat McNamara, your overall assessment there on Cadla?
Well, I don't know if an 8-point margin is a full reflection, but I suppose it's close enough to it. Level wasn't a reflection either, because Clare fought back after a poor enough start. Galway have dominated, I suppose, 75% of the half, if not 80. Our Clare's first touch, simply, even on loose ball, isn't as good or as sharp as the Galway's touch is. So there's a lot of things to address, and an awful lot to be addressed for the second half, Leo, and it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and indeed it is a tough one. We're now joined here for half-time analysis by our local journalist, the man on the always good to help us here on Scariff Radio, Derek Dormer. Derek, it was a funny kind of a half to assess. Galway totally on top, and then Clare came back, maybe against the run of play at a level, but Galway have really pushed home here in the final 10 minutes in the first half.
Oh, Leo, disastrous finish from the 28 minute, 26 minute, 1-4 without reply. It's really put a big ask on Clare. Look, I mean, this Clare Camogie side, they have great heart, they have great skillful players. They're just lacking a physical effort, you know, and I don't mean effort, like I mean size. Galway are a bigger, more powerful unit. When we do get the ball into the inside line, we're causing problems, we're getting frees, we're creating chances. The issue is getting it in there. That's the issue. Look, our half-back line, they're doing their best. That girl at the Donoghue's is an unbelievable player. Ciara Grogan is sticking with her. She's trying. It's not for the lack of effort. It's just the fact that Galway are so powerful, Leo. They're physically well, you know, they're a well-built unit.
They're a sharper outfit there. They just seem to be maybe playing off the front foot all the time. They're on the move, and that's experience too, Derek.
Absolutely. Look, you don't win an All-Ireland without that, and they move the ball at pace, and then they can pop it off to a runner, and you know they've got some fine scores. But you have to credit Clare. They dragged themselves back into it. Claire Herr was outstanding there. She gave a no-nonsense tackle in the 17th minute. She just got out of my way tackle, and Clare need more of that. You've got to be able to put your body on the line, especially when you're up against the bigger, more powerful units. You've got to get in there. Abby Walsh has tried hard in the middle of the park to get stuck in. She's a light unit. She's learning the game. She's up against a powerful midfield. She's doing her best. It's just the issue is we can't win primary possession. We can't secure the sliotar to get it into the inside line. It was the same last week against Cork and Páirc Uí Rinn. We need some, maybe move Anya Loughlin out to the half forward line, get the ball, pop it to a runner, but we've got to try and secure primary possession, Leo. That's the issue.
Another fault I just see, maybe, Derek, and didn't look at it, we're not running down the players, but Galway are in picking out interceptions. They're moving all the time. Clare may be standing. It is inexperience. There's no doubt in terms of development. They're waiting for the ball to come, and the Galway lady nips in with her hand or the hurley and has the ball gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they look that bit sharper. Clare sometimes are just hitting, they're popping a pass without. It's popping it for the sake of popping it. Their execution isn't as sharp as it should be, especially when you're under pressure. And look, you can't fault their efforts. I mean, and I know she's my club mate, but what a save Dara Murphy did. I mean, it was as brave as you'll get. She threw herself with no regard for her body to block the sliotar. And some of her teammates out the field, and I'm not going to be harping, but some of them should be looking at that going, do you know what? I need to throw my body in here. I need to get the hook and the block in. And that's the area we need to improve on. Hooks, blocks, tackles. It's a famous Ballier mantra for winning matches, but hooks, blocks and tackles, Leo.
And indeed, you're looking at the Galway team, and in the final 10 minutes, there's no doubt if the score went in at 5 points to 4 for all, Murray would have taken the paint off the walls. But in the last 10 minutes, teams, they find their own way of winning games, and Galway's hooking and blocking and tackle rate went up sky high.
It did. They really put on the afterburners for the last few minutes. But the goal should have been so preventable. It was a long range free, and it's a pet peeve of mine, this batting it out. Put up your hand and catch the ball, and if you can catch it, make sure no one else bloody catches it, Leo.
Or if you're batting it, bat it far away.
And if you're batting it, bat it out the side, not straight back down the middle, and then it was a lovely hand pass from O'Donoghue again, into the corner for her, and she buried it. It was a lovely finish, but when that free came in, bat it to the side or put up your hand and grab the sliotar. Again, inexperience and game management.
Derek, what can we do in the second half? Galway are going to be playing with the aid of probably the slight fall here in this beautifully appointed Kilbake in the pitch. What can they do at the second half, to arrest this, 8-point deficit?
I think you've got to put all your big players, all your big physical players I'm on about, not big players in terms of ability, but your big physical players, all of them into the middle third. Centre back, midfield, centre forward, put all your more powerful players in there, make it a dogfight and work it into the inside line, and forget about the score now. Forget that you're 8 down. Win the second half. It's all about building, because we'll be judged on the Tipperary and Waterford's and Dublin matches. That's our level to try and progress into the top 4. These are a step above us. Cork are a step above us. Kilkenny probably are too, just they were behind the curve, still starting after winning the All-Ireland Championship. We need to just focus on what we can do now, and what we should need to do is win that middle third, put Anya Loughlin out, put Niamh D out, put Claire Herr out, put them all in there together and fight tooth and nail.
Derek, as always, good meal, Mahagot. Pat, to carry on Derek's point, there will probably be substitutions. Maybe you can expect Zian Spillane, maybe between Ellen Ryan, Chloe Morey, if they are. You'd imagine they might appear here in the second half. But to carry on his point, the Galway, but like this, in terms of the league, has a knockout feel about it. Clare have one win, Galway have won. Whoever loses it is probably more or less out of the league. So it has that, and it seems that Galway have just that bit more urgency, that they want more action in this league.
Yeah, and I suppose the thing for Clare is that is a slight excuse. They play the top 3 counters in the first 3 games, Leo.
Which is a big ask.
And that's taken a lot of energy and a lot of effort. And I suppose, I know it's only half time in the third game and there's a long way to go. You're right, maybe Zian might come in, but she brings a bit of pace and a bit of enthusiasm. She won't have physical power to win rucks. But Lana Ryan is the girl I'd like to see, Leo. I always like to see Alana Ryan on the team. I think she's just so good under a high ball, and so again she bursts out through defences. She's a strong girl, so I'm not sure why she didn't start. Is just maybe trying out. In fairness to Ellen Casey, she's been very, very good at number 7 there, especially in the first quarter when things were going against her. She stood up.
Turned the rabbit, young
as
rabbit. In fairness,
as time has gone on, she's struggled more. But again, like, welcome to the big league, I suppose, is what it's about, isn't it?
But look, Pat, we often spoke about Joe Rabbit as Joe, right? When he was, everyone knew who Joe was. Today, Joe Kenny. I tell you, we're going to be talking about Sabina for a long time, and everybody's going to know who she is, because she's a brilliant player.
And she's exactly a carbon copy of the old men.
She's better.
The height is there. She's more skillful, obviously, but she has this rangy run about her, and when she runs through defences, it's like a hot knife through melting butter.
So with that, we're going to take a break here from the beautifully appointed pitch here in Kilbacon, and with the scoreline of Galway 1-9, Clare 4 points. Once again, we thank our sponsor, CareerWise Recruitment and Joe Robbins. So all here in Kilbacon. Join us, come back and join us for the second half. Fort Road Rash, Goody, come look at scale, Kilbacon Tea here in Galway. You're very welcome back here to Kilbacon Tea in Galway, the beautifully appointed Kilbacon Tea pitch, and we thank everybody for their hospitality here in Kilbacon Tea. You always get a warm welcome, and of course McCarthy's up the road, you always got a warm welcome there. But here the Clare ladies not getting the warmest of welcomes. Galway 1 goal and 9, Clare 4 points. But Pat, before we go back on to we're talking about the Camogie, great fundraiser for Scariff Bay community last night, the quiz night, and very well supported by everyone. I know you want to thank everybody for doing that.
Yep, on behalf of Jim and all the people in the committee, absolutely. It was a very enjoyable. It was a lovely atmosphere at Mike Max, a fine turnout. People in good humour, and again the social side of being back after COVID is smashing as well, and a really successful fundraiser. The questions very fair. Maybe we'd
you answered 1 or 2 so Pat.
Maybe they were, if they were easier to suit us, some of us, but there was a great bit of debate over the answers and all that, because you could have a debate about the questions and the answers. They were fair in that sense, and good fun. And the great thing is that we got support from all the people of East Clare and all the friends of the radio as well. So our deepest thanks to everybody who supported that, either by being there or indeed, as Andy did, financially as well when they couldn't come. The other thing is to just notice there's a lovely little turnout there of young ladies in mini games teams at half time from Fecal Kilneenan, from Crusheen, from Abbey-Knockmoy and Tullochmore. So it's nice to see 2 Clare teams on southern border of Galway, and 2 Galway teams as well, Abbey-Knockmoy, Tullochmore, Fecal Kilneenan and Crusheen. Entertain the crowd there with 2 with other little games across the field there, and very skillful they are indeed, and well done to them. So there's the officials, Fintan Mack, and the referee, and the linesmen and the umpires are out there. Fintan is an umpire for us today, and Fintan will have a serious interest in this game, obviously. And look at Clare. I suppose for many of the Clare players, it's welcome to the really top levels of Camogie, and we know Galway are a top side, super players, and they're showing it, and it looks like they've a lot of work done already, because their first touch and their movement and their striking and their general team play is absolutely excellent, and their physicality of course as well. Clare played well at times. The defence has really including Darren Murphy, have at times got last ditch tackles in and come out with ball, but mostly they're under the cosh because we're not maybe getting the ball first of all fast into our forwards enough, and they're just not sticking above either. So a big job ahead. I half expect to see the likes of Alana Ryan coming in, maybe.
Well,
maybe Zian will be already.
Zian is in anyway.
Okay.
I see Claire Heron's all gone over patrolling Sabina Rabbit, so there's a challenge and a board-watering prospect for the second half. We're ready to go here for the start of the second half here as the officials, the management, not maybe moving with the fluency. I see Brendan Foley. It's a long time since he ran across the middle of the field and taken his time going, or else he's going at top speed as he can at this moment. John Carmody and the referee about to throw in the ball. So Zian's playing, the only change in the Clare team. Clare now playing to the road in here. Indeed, Becky Foley with an early ball in towards O'Loughlin. Clare have been starved of possession in the first half, going into Anya O'Loughlin. She loses this first one, but who's there? Roisin Black, fouled by Zian Spillane. But an early chance. But Raymond, what can Clare do? We asked Derek Thomas, what do you think Clare can do here in this second half to arrest this deficit?
Well, get it in, get more ball in there and try and win it when it gets in there. That was a small bit lackadaisical. It came out a bit handy, but we have to take over here in the middle of the field, and that's a good move to put Clare Hare on Sabina Rabbit, at least, or it should be.
And here's Sabina Rabbit.
She's off again.
Here she pops the ball off to Carrie Dolan. Dolan turns it off our right hand side. Does that one stay inside of it? Does creep inside the post. That's poetry motion, Raymond. It's brilliant Camogie, but they're a very efficient machine.
She, as I said there earlier on, she put in an awful lot of effort to make this Galway team that Sabina Rabbit, and she's played very well. Terribly fit.
110 to 4 points. That puck out won again by Rachel Hennefy, another very great player. Ailish O'Reilly gets away from Susan Daly, but Daly in fairness does well. That's good defending by Susan Daly, the Clare fullback. O'Reilly got up and get the ball into Shannon Cochran. This is a lady, a very promising corner forward. Don't know who, Fleet of 45, don't know who. Shark, he's going to creep inside the post. Darren Murphy, safe as house on fire, gets the ball out to Clare Hare, the wing back. Clare Hare now being chased down by Shannon Cochran. Clare Hare going along the far side of the field, well hooked, the ball out towards Muireann Scanlon, but Katie Ann Porter kicks the ball on ahead, keep the Galway keeping much step forward, very much their forward momentum. The ball in from Kerry Dolan into Ailish O'Reilly. Susan Daly trying to get up there. O'Reilly is a strong, experienced player. Quiva Kelly does back, gets the ball in. Heher now at wing and the far wing gets the ball into the middle towards Nivo D.
Chance to run.
And the ball, Nivo D lets that ball run past her. Abby Walsh here in the middle of the field gets the ball out to her midfield partner Quiva Carmody going into the challenge, gets the ball to Abby Walsh. Good intricate movement from the Clare midfield partnership. Walsh gets a lovely ball into the corner towards Scanlon lets the ball bypass her. Shawnee Healy, Galway's first touch, a bit sharper than Clare. She gets the ball to Katie and Porter, a strong player, only knows one way, and that's going forward. And here's one that definitely knows going forward, that's Higgins, but she's robbed by Becky Foley. Now there's a kind of a challenge as well that was given.
Yeah, we said it would happen.
There's two
looked like a charge there by Becky. You know, in fairness to Becky, she is one thing that's shoving her body in there, trying to do something and shove Galway out of the way, and I admire her for it. But she probably charged the ball. But we've ended up getting the free, and so Lorna a chance to bring it back to 8 points.
We'll take anything we can get now. And here's
110 to 4.
110 to 4 points for Galway. Can Lorna Mac narrow the deficit here in Kilbeakenty? 3 minutes gone here in the second half. And once again, we thank our sponsor, Career-Wise Recruitment, and Joe Robbins there, and we thank him and our team once more. Lorna McNamara, she strike it straight and through, and Fintan McNamara goes for the white flag. It's not the white flag, a surrender, it's a white flag for a score. It's 110 for Galway, 5 points for Clare. Raymond, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, again, I suppose if we can keep it down there and keep the pressure on, they're still. Yeah, we're doing okay here in the middle of the field now.
Yeah, beginning to turn the screw in the middle of the field. Abby Walsh, that ball picked off by Mervyn Scanlon, but Aoife Donoghue, hard-working Donoghue, gets the ball in. Grogan, the cornerback, gets out in front of Jennifer Hughes. Grogan gets a good cross-field ball, looking for Amy Keating. Clear Grogan was fouled by Jennifer Hughes. And Pat, Clare have these sports where they kind of do take over, but it's just not converting enough, maybe.
What you can't question is their willingness, Leo. That's one thing. They're honest players, and I mean, they're giving their all. We see them at club level. We know how competitive they are in the clubs. Clare Senior Club and indeed the intermediate, but Clare Senior Club is very competitive, and a lot of good camogie is played in it, and a lot of mighty stuff, and we see what they've done in Munster. So there's ability there, and there's certainly honesty there. It's just that they're meeting a very, very, very good team in Galway.
And here's this bar from Heher. This driving is landing, is not landing anymore. It's gone straight over the bar from the stick of Clare Heher. 1 goal and 10 for Galway, 6 points for Clare. Very welcome score, Raymond.
Great score from Clare, and should be able to drive on a bit now.
And as he drive on, here's someone that drives it on. It's Fiona Ryan with the puck out towards Aoife Donoghue. Kerry Dolan trying to win it for Galway over there in the far side of the field. A lot of play over on that in front of the Galway dugout. It's Sabina Rabbit. Sabina Rabbit gives it back to Jennifer Hughes. Hughes puts the ball in towards Shannon Corcoran. Corcoran trying to turn, and she does try to turn Quiva Kelly. She's pulled back by Quiva Kelly. Pat, that's brilliant corner forward play, because she turned her body into the cornerback, won the ball, and was trying to get away where Kelly had no choice only to foul her and up into her movement.
But that's the difference. When you have top quality players like that, Leo, when the ball is coming in, it's either going to stick first time, or they're protected to make sure that it's not going to be taken away by the defender. And in that case, she won the free because she was able to protect the ball. Most of the game, they've been getting into the hand first time and putting pressure around the Clare players, making them foul them, or just getting the hand pass away to the runner. So again, if you control the ball immediately, you really are in charge of the situation. And Clare have maybe dropped too many hand passes them into stray, Hurley passes them into stray and intercepted. So, and that's one of the differences. But again, learning curve. So if they can close the gap today, they mightn't win this game. Maybe they will still, hopefully. But if they can learn an awful lot today about maybe when things are going against you, digging in and just raising your game against these players, means an awful lot.
And that free from Kerry Dolan goes over the bar. 1-11 to Galway, 6 points for Clare. And a quick puck out from Darren Murphy finds Niamh D above in a wing forward position, well up from her centre back position. She goes to ground. I think she was fouled by Katie Ann Porter, and Katie is going to incur the wrath of the referee, who's maybe taking a word of advice from the linesman Mike Ryan over there on the far side, or is it Mike Flannery? And Katie Ann is definitely going to incur the wrath of the referee, and maybe a court of we and a chance for Lorna McNamara to narrow the deficit. Niamh has gone down, and no, she's slowly making her way up. I see Abby Walsh has kind of gone back covering the centre back position, but Lorna McNamara, I suppose, Raymond, all Clare can do is keep chipping away at this scoreboard and see what happens.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see Niamh going off now, because she had a lot of problems with injuries there to that football and things the last couple of years, so but she's playing well today. She looks okay.
Yeah, I think she's maybe just taking a bit of a breather a long way up from centre back up to wing forward, and here's a chance. And Lorna Mack could pass her the ball here. Lorna was thinking, but Niamh wasn't on the same wavelength on this occasion. And
Katie had Porter read it in fairly quickly.
Yeah, she was in, and I tell you, these Galway ladies, they're well tuned in. There's no doubt about that. Here's a lady who's tuned in the freeze here in Kilbacon since minute one. Lorna McNamara, 10 metres in from the far sideline here, 45 metres out. She strikes it well. She strikes it. Good. In fact, she strikes it very well. Goharan Dresnan, 1 goal and 11 for Galway, 7 points for Clare. McNamara's freeze keeping Clare in touch, Pat.
She's striking them beautifully today. We'd love to see her more in the game in normal play, but the feed up isn't great, and we're up against a strong defence as well. But from free, she's been impeccable, and it's very, very much keeping Clare just about in this game.
And that ball is won by Niamh O'Dea out to Muireann Scanlon goes off the stick of the Galway player. So by the linesman, he has that flag waving it furiously over there. It's definitely a Clare line ball. O'Dea going taking it. Is she going leaving it? She's going leaving it to Caoimhe Carmody. In fact, no, O'Dea is Abby Walsh pattern when they've gone to centre back in a switch with Niamh O'Dea. It looks very much like it. Ciara Grogan now taking up centre. Of course, there's only 5 backs. She hits a short ball to Heher. Takes on the challenge of Jennifer Hughes, gives it out to Carmody. Carmody with an old-fashioned pull on the ground, but is picked up by Emma Helibert. Helibert does well. Pan pass out to Devlin Higgins. It's not their first time passing the ball. Out to Sabina. Here's Sabina Rabbit, who gives it out to the wing back Rachel Hennepy. Hennepy puts a lovely low ball in towards Sharon Corcoran. Corcoran gets out in front of Susan Daly, and she pops the ball off to Carrie Dolan off our right hand side. Carrie Dolan, that is excellent camogie from Galway. 1 goal and 12 to 7 points. Pat, when they move it, they're very, very fluid.
That was beautiful camogie, but the touch of Corcoran there under enormous pressure. The first touch to get the pass out to Carrie Dolan, it stuck, and that's the difference. Beautiful control, and every player did see the reading was going to happen, be there for the pass off the shoulder, the whole shebang. A beautiful score, but again, it was down to the very first touch of the ball, no fumble.
And the ball is up with Lisa Casserly with a lovely pop pass to Anya Keane. Anya Keane into Aoife Donoghue. Here come the Colleen. He has come to the Galway. She leaves Ellen Casey in her wake, but Caoimhe Kelly gets the hurl in. It comes back to Anya Keane. She puts the ball across for Shannon Cochran. Over hits the pass. Galway trying to open up the Clare defence. Cochran goes low to the ground. She gets the ball back. Sabina is only going one way straight through here. Held up by Niamh O'Dea. Back to Shannon Cochran. Dolan will strike. Dolan strikes it. This going to drop short into the hands of Derren Murphy. Derren gets away. Safe hands. Trying to come away. Not the best thing to be doing with Eilish O'Reilly hanging around. Gives the ball out to Zian Spillane. Zian puts the ball into the middle to Abby Walsh. You could hear Abby Walsh calling for that one down Nogunlo. Here comes Abby. Pass over to Carmody. Carmody taking that pace. Get met by the challenge of Devlin Higgins. Abby Walsh. Good ball from Walsh. In towards Lorna McNamara. Shauna Healy. Lorna McNamara on a lone furrow here in the full foul line at the moment. Fouled. In fairness, Raymond, Lorna McNamara showed great leadership.
Yeah, there was good spell of camogie there now. They wouldn't want to be. Galway pulled them up the field there the last time, and then came on the break, and they all are now. They're at it again now, and we'd want to keep our centre back.
We'd want someone in front of that deal.
Just
standing
back
there all the time.
there, just staying out a little bit.
And there's a big hole there again now, as you say, Raymond. It's very obvious that there's a huge acres of space in front of the Galway forward line.
Niamh got pulled out, you see, the time she went up, and she stayed up, and we wouldn't want to be. There's always a danger that they'll come on the break and they'll get a goal on you, you know. I think they have it copped now,
Yeah. Ellen Casey gone down injured as Lorna McNamara was about to take the free. She did put it over the bar, but is being called back because Ellen Casey is down injured, and I would expect maybe is it Lelana Ryan? I think Chloe Morey is ready to come into the Clare attack or wherever they're going to bring her in. Chloe is a player that can play anywhere. Yes, she's coming into the Clare attack. Looks like she's going into the middle of the field, straight in, and it's Amy Keating is going off. So I think is it Zian maybe going to go corner forward and Chloe Morey onto the wing, as it would appear. Chloe has instructions for the rest of them. Indeed, Zian being shoved into the corner, and Chloe taking up her spot at wing forward. I thought maybe they might be better off, Pat, maybe leaving Zian out, where she can work out around the middle of the field and use her athleticism.
Okay, but the only thing, Chloe has a bit of power, and the little towards is where you want that. So maybe Zian with the pace she has might come out. Last year, I remember down in the games down in Cork, particularly in the Munster Championship, she was flying out to the corner flag to pick up balls. The first towards is very good. It should be either rounding a player or she was driving the ball in across the pitch and getting an odd score. So maybe it'll work. The only thing is, our ball into the forwards today hasn't been great because we've under so much pressure in the middle of the field. You know, anytime Abby Walsh has it or Quebec Armory or those when they're trying to feed it in, there's about 4 Galway girls hanging off them, so they haven't been able to give him the ideal ball. But again, a learning curve, and let's see what happens now in the next 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, indeed, Ellen Casey, I would imagine Elena Ryan is going to come into the wing-back position. She's warming up over there on the far side of the field, so I would expect maybe she's going to come in. It seems to be the slip has been passed by the Clare secretary. She's on the official board over there anyway, right? And so, but Ellen Casey now seems fit to take her place, and Elena going up giving the name to the 4th official. Elena is made to get infraction. I think the one day to give it to the official and run in. That's the way to do it. Lorna McNamara about to take the free. The linesman has the notice got from Lorna or from Elena.
I think she'll wait a little while.
I think she's going to wait until free from Lorna McNamara to take this. Can Lorna narrow the deficit? This 21 metre free, 10 metres inside the post, and outside the post, and that goes over the bar. 112 for Galway, 8 points for Clare, and indeed Elena Ryan going to come into the field of play. I would imagine that Ellen Casey is about to depart the scene here.
Yeah.
You know, but Ellen, look, it's all experience. There will be more days for Ellen Casey. There's no doubt about that. 12 minutes gone here in the second half here in Kilbacon. Galway 1 goal and 12. Clare 8 points. And the puck coming from the Coolbara. Fiona Ryan from the Bellenderine club, who's taken over from Shawnee Healy, who for Galway, who's supposed to be, I think, going travelling this year. Ryan, her puck house not going as far as they did in the first half. Great catch by Abby Walshy, Lorna Parker. Abby trying to get away. She's powered by Aoife Donohoe and Corwin Lorna McNamara. Indeed, is she going leaving this one to?
Oh, yeah, it's
No, indeed, it's Clare Heher. And
well, Clare has a good long distance.
Clare, she is already one on the board as well. But the only thing, Pat, we seem to be very, very depending on the dead ball to get scores.
Well, sure, look at I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd say 6 of our scores probably are frees, and I suppose you have to be winning frees to get it. I've been watching really making a savage effort. Every time she has the ball, she has given very little space.
That's a dangerous ball from Heher. That's going to drop right inside. It's going out to Lorna McNamara. Lorna McNamara, yes indeed, she is the one Clare forward that seems capable of taking this challenge to Galway. Galway 1 goal and 12, Clare 9 points. We're creeping back, Raymond.
Yeah, I don't see Emma. Is Emma gone off? Emma Elbert? I see her.
No, she's there.
Lisa Castle. Oh yeah, she's back farther. Yeah, Lisa Castle is on there from Ballinderine as well.
And that ball is pucked out to Katie Ann Porter. Katie Ann gives it out to Lisa Castley. Castley gives it in to Helbert. Here's the lady you're looking for now, Raymond, and she puts this ball down towards the corner to Carrie Dolan. Or it is Aoife Donohoe. Aoife, will it waste Aoife Donohoe? Tries to get away from Susan Daly. Daly does well, blocks that ball down. Elena Ryan flicks that ball. Is it going to make the sanctuary of the sideline or over the sideline? Line ball for Galway, Raymond.
It's a great block down there, right? And they're playing well enough now again. What a goal could do for us, you know, to make a great match of it, but it's easier said than done against that back line.
Yeah, there's plenty. Galway back line very, very strong. The ball from Anya Keane goes into the middle. Well, Grogan, brilliant pick up by Grogan. She gets the ball off to her. She takes away that challenge from Sabina Rabbit to Elena. Here will Elena crossing the midfield. Gets a lovely crossfield ball towards Zian Spillane. And Katie Ann Porter. Porter has had a very good outing for Galway. She pops a lovely pop pass to Shawnee Healy. Here's Shawnee Healy for Galway. And he's out to pull her back. I'm not too sure. The referee, we're not going to berate the referees, but I tell you, she had gone two or three steps with the ball in her hurley before he pulled her back. But look, we're not going to complain when there's a free in for Clare and a free for Lorna McNamara. Not an easy one again, about 15 metres in from the far sideline here, hitting in towards the road goals. It's 112, that's 15, Clare 9, that's 6 points different to the Forna and Ken Lorna McNamara. She's been impeccable from the dead ball here in Kilbacon today. Can she narrow the deficit to 5 points as Clare creep towards that Galway total, 112 to 9. Can Lorna McNamara make it 112 to 10? We're gone 16 minutes here in the second half. Lorna strikes it. And yes, indeed, who are we to doubt Lorna McNamara? One of the top free takers in the country. 1 goal and 12 for Galway, 10 points for Clare. This is much better from Clare, Pat.
It's much better. And again, like the first half, Leo, Brown mid-half to see to get into the game. Find it hard to start the second half as well as the first half. But look, this is a great kind of a game for Clare. You know, you're trying to break into this level of hurling. You seem like you're outrun for periods of the game, and then you come back into it and realise, hey, we can do this. So just to get more consistent over the hours, the thing. But there's certainly a big improvement in Clare. Niamh O'Dea is part of that. As
Niamh O'Dea out to Becky Foley, and that's the ball.
Directly.
Get it in quick. And the ball. Ken O'Loughlin. She tries to turn Roisin Black. Shauna Healy in there. Anya pushing her way around trying to get this one. Who else is in there trying to get it? It's Zian Spillane, close to the ground, like a tiger that she is, trying to get the ball. Zian, she has it. But who comes out? It is the wing back. Is it Rachel Hennefy? Hennefy gets the ball out to Katie Ann Porter. Katie Ann gets the ball out to Jennifer Hughes, the midfielder. And a pull.
What?
A pullback. In fairness, I'm not too sure what was it in that one, but it's a free, and when the men in the black jerseys, the men in control, no matter what we say, he's the man calling the shots, and a free for Eleanor Hilbert, right in her own centre back position here, 40 metres on her own goal. She strikes it down, looking for the run of Shannon Cochran. Grogan does well, blocks the ball down towards Muir Scanlon. 3 Clare players there, gets the ball out to Heher. Heher does well. It wasn't the best tappers. Here's Heher. Can she go for a score here? Is she curious into the half hour? She's gone the whole way through. She done this in Cusick Park last year. She gets the ball out to Zian Smith. Overhit the pass, and now Clare maybe a bit narrow at the back. Gets the ball out to Katie Ann. Katie Ann gets the ball out to Sabina. Sabina has gone quiet, but here's Sabina. She gets away from the challenge with ease of Caoimhe Carmody on this occasion to Kelly and Katie Ann Porter. Lovely low ball down. Dolan gets out in front of Abby Walsh. Here comes Kerry Dolan. This is a dangerous ball, but there's no one inside. Only the Coolbara. The Coolbara is there. Oh, Jordan Murphy, coolness personified as she took the ball away from the challenge of Aoife Donoghue. Chloe Morey. Chloe will drive this one from 70 metres. This is right down on Anya Loughlin country. Can Anya put up her hand? She has it in her hand. She drops it. And who comes back to only Shauna Healy? Shauna Healy, using all her experience, gets it out to Katie Ann Porter. Porter with a hand pass. She robbed by Claire Heher. Lorna McNamara just doesn't come up. Who's going to get up? Katie Ann trying to get up. Heher has it. Gets it to Zian Spillane over on the far side. 30 metres out from the Galway goal. Gives it to Heher. Heher turns out left. Poor play from Claire Heher on this occasion. Maybe tired play from Claire Heher. And that ball goes out to the right hand side and gone wide.
But the standard is very good, and Clare are competing now 50-50 with Galway for every single ball and moving it well. And you know, they're looking at home in this company. Scoreboard by 112 to 10 isn't a massive difference, but they'd like it a bit closer. Here we are again. No.
Yeah, the ball up is Lisa Casserly. This got Caoimhe Carmody, but Casserly trying to get the ball up. She gets that's a rather liberal hand pass to Anya Keane. Lovely strike from Keane, but Niamh O'Dea, Galway not beating the sweeper, the scoopador on this occasion. O'Dea drops it. She gets it. Here comes O'Dea. She turns away from the tackle of Aoife Donoghue. She careers up the wing here. Where's the support play? Niamh O'Dea. She's going across the field now, looking for runners. She gets that ball. Good ball in, but it's only going to be picked up by Helibert. There was no runners. She was waiting for the runner. Anya O'Loughlin has it. Anya to Becky Foley. Becky Foley. This will go hard and dressed on to be a great score. Indeed, it's a brilliant score. It's 112 to 11. Raymond, Clare are getting closer.
Yeah, they're holding them now. Very determined, and their fitness is probably might tell a little bit now.
O'Dea is having a free roll at half back, but I tell you, she's careering up the field and causing plenty of trouble for that Galway defence. The ball comes out from Fiona Ryan. Fiona Ryan gets it all out to Ciara Grogan. Ciara Grogan for Clare, gone back into her own half back. Going to be challenged by Aoife Donoghue. And the ball comes out to the middle. Carmody does better. Great pick up by Elena Ryan. Elena Ryan gets away from the challenge. Can Elena get another score? This is the one in around the danger area. This is the one you want. O'Loughlin. And he pulls back for the free.
But the ball ended, no?
No, he's pulling it back.
Anya was fouled afterwards there.
Anya was fouled, but the referee gave the advantage. There was an advantage growing. Pat, if this goes over the bar with Clare Heher, we're back to one score game.
Yes, no, if it's from inside her own half, is just maybe on the halfway line. The ball hasn't been placed yet, but Anya Loughlin is down getting attention. And but since Clare began to go a little bit, I know they're running the ball out of the backs, but they're driving it in towards Anya Loughlin. It's gone a little bit of havoc in there. She hasn't caught them cleanly and buried them or anything like that, but it's causing, Galway have to think differently now, because there's a lot of direct ball going in. They have to keep back their players, and there's a player warming up there for Galway now. We'll see who it is in a moment, but Clare dominating the game.
It's Ciara Hickey from Davits is warming up, another young player learning her trade with Galway, and it's a free for Chloe Morey right in Lorna Parker. Can she narrow the deficit to make it a one score game? It's 1 goal and 12 for Galway. Anya Loughlin still retrieving. Anya is down on her knees there, but look at hoping that she'll be getting back on to sooner rather than later, and she's making her way up. And She's fighting a hard battle in there, herself and Roisin Black having a tremendous tussle there. And here comes Chloe from right in the middle of the field. It's 112 for Galway, it's 11 for Clare. Can Chloe narrow the deficit even further? Strikes it well, strikes it very well. Gohar and Dressnaw, we have a 1-score game. Raymond Nelson, 112 for Galway, 12 points for Clare.
Yeah, we're getting the grips of it here now on the half-back line, we're in with a chance.
Yeah, we're coming down the home straight. 21 and a half minutes gone here in Kilbacon. We're here with the cooperation of Career Rise Recruitment and Joe Robin. That puck out goes out towards Chloe. Can she put her hand up? She does put her hand up. Her Anya Keane is back, but Chloe, you know, in fairness, and the ball comes to Keane. Keane for Galway. Gets the ball. She loses it. Gets it in. Cameron does well. Gets the ball out. Chloe, can she narrow to the 2 points? She strikes it. No. Is it going to come inside the post? Shot, unfortunately for Chloe. She had to hit it because the challenge was coming in from Rachel or from Eilish O'Reilly. The ball is pucked out. Substitute for Clare coming on. Who's coming on for Clare? Is it Linda Daly is coming on for Clare? On the far side, it looks like Anya Loughlin's gone off. Clare taking a different tack maybe on this occasion. Is Anya going off? No, it's not. We're waiting to see. The Galway fullback number 2, Shauna Healy, is gone down. She picked up an injury in the first half. Maybe Shauna, she seems to be holding her face at the side of her head there. And once you get a tip on the head, it has to be called by the referee. Ciara Hickey still warming up over there on the far side for Galway. Pat, we're going to have a right entertaining last 10 minutes here.
Well, first of all, we must give enormous credit to Clare. In the last 10 minutes, Leo, from a seemingly, nearly hopeless situation, they have crawled their way back into it with pure heart. Plenty of good camogie as well. Their touch has improved. Niamh O'Dea, of course, since we just mentioned that big gap there, she's plugged it and she's picked up below the ball. Alana Ryan hasn't weakened the team by any means. I love to see Alana bursting out. She has the power you want to match these kind of players, Leo, and the physique. And Lorna up front, a beautiful point from play there as well. And of course, the free taken is impeccable. So anytime Galway foul us, it's a free. Anything, and of course Chloe Morey, outstanding free as she does from the middle of the field. So it's, look at, regardless of the result now, 23 minutes gone, 112 to 12 points, 3 points in it. Clare really have proven that they are getting closer and closer to this level of camogie, and it's now aim for consistency and finish out this game as strongly as possible. Yeah, there was a Clare gone off for Galway, and I don't think Clare will be too disappointed to see Eilish O'Reilly gone off for Galway. As Laura Kelly is in. Laura, remember that Sartil knocked the Carotene won an All-Ireland Intermediate final there not so long ago. Linda Daly is in. Werden Scanlon gone off, and that puck out comes from Fiona Ryan out to Shauna Healy. It's this pattern of Galway out to the middle, out to Katie Ann, gives it out to Aoife Keane or Anya Keane. We could use Aoife Keane in there, couldn't we? Yeah, Aoife Keane, and the ball comes down to the rabbit, but the rabbit is beaten in this end by Niamh O'Dea. Niamh O'Dea gets the ball into Claire Hare. There's a great ball into space from O'Dea. And Anna Ryan, we need to get that ball in. Now it's in where you want it, in towards the danger area. Can Anya catch one of them? Nearly. But she's going to be. There's 3 Galway players around her in there. Safety in numbers. Shauna Healy gets the ball out to Helibert. Her influence has been curbed in the second half. She gets the ball out to Dervla Higgins, out to Roisin Black. Roisin Black gets the ball out here to Laura Kelly. Kelly for Galway trying to take and he's going to give a free. Now, what's Pat McNamara? What's the difference between that free in the first half and that free in the second half? We predicted it. There would be once, 2 more times in the game, the same thing would happen. He'd make the opposite decision. There was an obvious charge. Lana stood her ground, spot on stood her ground, but she's been penalised. The man is explaining. He said she's hands out. Hands out. He's explaining. Look, you can't explain that. In all fairness, I thought he was doing the hokey cokey there for a minute. The ref with his arms out, and he's giving her a card. I look at. It is one of these rules. Laura Kelly has gone down. She has suffered a bit of an injury. There was a challenge, but Raymond is one of these inconsistencies again. It's something that's going to have to be defined sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something about it. Mind you, I'd be kind of favouring him there, but you'd better off say nothing because one will come in a few minutes' time and it'll be the other way.
Exactly.
But the main thing is if we can defend it, Yeah,
112.
I'd like to see Anya Loughlin. I mean, there's a lot of lovely ball going up there. If she could catch one, it would be great.
Yeah, and the ball, here's a lady has caught a few. It's Sabina Rabbit. She has it in her hand again. Here comes Sabina Rabbit. She's going through. She's been pulled back. I'm not too sure about that, but indeed the referee has given a free in. It's Ciara Grogan has been penalised, is it, on this occasion? I tell you, Sabina Rabbit is a strong girl, and she only knows one way, and that's going forward. And a chance for Kerry Dolan to increase Galway's lead here. It's 112 to 12 points. Can Dolan put Ciara Coolidi either in the phone as we go down the home straight here? And once again we thank our sponsor, Career Rise Recruitment. And here's Kerry Robin just on the edge of the D here to hit down towards the goals at the Astrop side of the pitch. Dolan drills that one over the bar. Galway 1 goal and 13. Clare 12 points. Pat, 4 minutes to go. Can Clare arrest this deficit?
Hopefully they can, but the problem is now there's a minimum of 2 score margin between the 4 points again with 26 minutes gone. There will be at least 3 minutes of injury time, I would say. Lots of time for Clare. They are showing great fitness. So look, we need a break. We need someone. We need maybe on to catch one inside, or maybe Zien to get a little run in from the corner and set up a goal here. But again, Galway aren't going to give up their lead too easily at all. They're in attack again now.
And that ball is won by Aoife Dunno. She hits the ball down the corner towards Shannon Cochran, where Niamh O'Dea, maybe did she have to put the ball out over the line, and maybe she was trying to get space. Niamh now gone back into kind of a full back position, and I don't know.
That's what you need against Kilkenny.
Yeah, but Clare kind of going back, Pat. In forward, do you need to bring players? Why are they going back?
Particularly Niamh O'Dea, who's the one player who can attack from the half-back line and carry the ball to the following 20-metre line and set up things. She loves going forward. I'd imagine, put a defender back. Elena Ryan might cover back there, or obviously Ciara Grogan, who's been playing a good sticky game all day. The few balls coming away, she's been very competitive, and because we need to get the scores. But look, the selectors know these players better than we do. They're seeing them in day in day out.
Exactly.
They have their plan.
Here's Caoimhe Kelly. Caoimhe over carrying that maybe a small bit. Maybe could have been better advice, maybe to let it go. But the ball is in the middle of the field. Who's going to win it? This is a great ball to win. Becky Foley is in digging there trying to get it out. Who's coming out with it? It is Ciara Hickey. That's sub for Galway. What an introduction she has made. Gets a lovely ball down towards Ciara Grogan and Shannon Cochran. Niamh O'Dea is available for the pass if she can give it to her. But O'Dea, Grogan is battled up in the corner, but she gives the ball out to Susan Daly, the Clare fullback. Susan getting away with it, gets the ball out towards Becky Foley and Shawnee Healy, and the ball goes off the stick. I tell you, in fairness to Foley, Pat, she let fly there first time.
No, Becky, she keeps it, she can take it. She's one of those physical players. She is just someone that has only one attitude, and they win the ball at all costs. And in fairness to her, look at, you need Galway have players like that, Kilkenny have them, Cork certainly have them, and I think Clare need a couple more like her as well.
Yeah, the ball, Clare Heher going taking this line ball over on the far side of the field. Not a great line ball by Clare Sanders. She gets the ball into Becky Foley. Anya Keane trying to get it up for Galway. Galway will be happy with the performance of Anya Keane, but it comes to Foley. Can she get the ball in? It's blocked down by Ciara Hickey. Clare making progress up along the line, but we need to get quick ball. Lorna McNamara now gone in around the corner forward position. Can we manufacture a score, Raymond Hilton?
Well, we have too many players back, to be honest. We need to push up. We have a sweeper here, and there's 2 Clare players over there. So when it goes up, unless we're very lucky, Galway are going to come out of it.
Here comes Clare Heher with this line ball, 50 metres out. Not the best line ball, gets it in. It's Katie Ann Porter, another lady. Galway will be very, very happy. She's pulled. Oh, genie, there was a high challenge there again. I tell you, but the referee had pulled as Galway now beginning to hit for home and kind of taking this thing out of the Clare challenge again, Pat.
Yeah, they're playing like a team that are, a top class,
comfortable,
top class All Ireland team. Most of them have All Ireland medals in their pockets at home or wherever they are, and teams like that playing at home, they show it on days like this. The experience you've gained, the calmness, the coolness, the absolute skills that they have and the power they have as well. But in fairness to Clare, Leo, I'm sure John Cameron and his backroom team will be very, very happy with Clare's. First of all, is the attitude. They never give in today. As a few things to be tweaked, a few things about maybe, first touch, first of all. Secondly, passes going astray and things like that. And thirdly, maybe winning primary possession. But having said, the attitude is outstanding, the fitness levels are outstanding, and in fairness, they've played some very good camogie and put Galway under pressure at times.
Yeah, and that ball, it is the sub is on for Galway. It is Niamh Nyland. We had said in the first half is picked up by O'Dea. It's 113 to 12 points. We are just about to go into added time here in Kilbacon. Niamh O'Dea, which is free, and she goes short to Clare Heher. How that going to be done the first time, I don't know, but that's a great ball from Heher. It's up. Who's going to get it? Who is it? Is it Dervla Higgins? Out to Anya Keane, and here comes Higgins for Galway, coming at pace. She gets the ball out to Hennessy. Hennessy rides the tackle of Abby Walsh. A high challenge by Chloe Morey, not picked up. Gets the ball out to the middle. Here it comes out to the Lisa Cafferty, puts the ball down the corner to Sabina. Sabina has been quite but Sabina does well on this occasion. Here comes Sabina Rabbit. A shot from Sabina Rabbit.
Some score over
and he pulls it for over.
It was a great score.
It was a great score, and I don't think she overcarried Raymond, to be fair.
It was great play here. Higgins and them there.
Higgins and Healy are two serious cornerbacks, yeah.
It's not easy to get in there.
No, and here comes Claire Heher. Why is she to come across to take a free? We're holding up, we're wasting time here. Get this ball in, get the ball in. Heher drives it up, looking for Zian Spillane. Zian, who's going to come out with it? Indeed, she breaks the ball to her clubmate, Lorna McNamara. Quiva Carmody gets the ball. Here comes Carmody. A shot. Is this going to be go over the bar? She narrows it. We're back to a one-score game again. A point from the stick of Quiva Carmody. Galway 1-13. Clare 13 points. 1-13 to 13 points. We're gone 1.5 minutes into added time. Not too sure what the added time he hasn't signalled. And here comes Fiona Ryan with the puck out for Galway. Clare need to win this and get it down. Fiona goes to the far sideline looking for, and he's picked up. Great ball. Can Zian get this ball into Lorna McNamara? Aoife Donoghue. Zian Spillane has it for Clare. She's cutting in.
Well done, Zian. Oh, no,
and he gives a free for. So that's frustration, and first of all, he gave a free against
in the fairness to player. She won the ball, she was sidestepping to get out of it, and she got a clip, and he gives a free against her, and he's standing beside her.
I suppose that makes up for the one that Sabina Rabbit got down here, where it wasn't a free either. But anyway, look at, here's Emma Hillibert. Laura Kelly has gone for a run. Elena Ryan will want to watch with intent. Elena puts up the hand, indeed Elena gets it. The ball comes to Aoife Donoghue. Will of the wisp, Aoife Donoghue. Lovely tight control from Aoife Donoghue. She gets the ball out to Anya Keane. Anya Keane for Galway. Being challenged by Abby Walsh. Here comes Anya Keane, liberal with the steps on this occasion. Here comes Keane, she's caught it twice. She's gone in along the inline. Gamaleskel. She's holding the ball down and right very close to the line. Line free out for Clare. 2.5 minutes gone of added time. We have to get this ball up. Neve O'Dea taking this one. Can the Clare get the bodies up? We need a score, and there's too many bodies back. She goes back across the goal to the goalkeeper. Here comes Darren Murphy. Darren Murphy gets the ball out to Quiva Kelly. Clare need a quick ball up. It's Darren Murphy being chased by Lisa Nyland. Kelly gets the ball out. Out to no one in particular. That one in particular is Carrie Dolan for Galway. Carrie, and the ball comes after sick as he ends with it. He's given a line ball to Clare.
But Susan Daly with the pass there coming out for Quiva Kelly that time. The pass is on for Susan Daly to run up the middle, but look, it's easy to touch under pressure.
No, we've a chance. Can they get this ball in around the Canoiga? Anya Loughlin is inside. Zian Spillane is inside. Lorna McNamara. Anya Loughlin. Chloe Morey is in there. Neve O'Dea coming up. Heher, that's one of her better balls. Gets it in into Lorna McNamara. Who's there? Shauna Healy, but it's Dervla Higgins. Dervla Higgins is pulled to the ground by Lorna McNamara. Free out for Galway. Galway 1-13. Clare 13 points. Raymond, I know you're exasperated, but why are Clare not pushing up bodies and trying to get the winning score?
Not alone have we won, but we have two loose players here in the half-back line for no reason. So you'd have no chance of getting the ball up there against them. Every time they're going to come out of it. Like, I mean, you could be here tomorrow.
Above,
you just can't.
They should have pushed up their hair or pushed up.
It's a numbers game, and you're not going to beat added players back. Here's Fiona Ryan taking her time. The cool bar for Galway goes down to the safety of the far sideline. The referee is looking at his watch. Is he going to blow it? The ball breaks down to Aoife Donoghue. Here comes Aoife Donoghue. A chance to compose herself. Donoghue with this ball goes in. Go Holland Rasnawn. Is that the insurance point for Galway? Galway 1-14. Clare 13 points. Pat McNamara, your thoughts?
Well, look, it's going to blow, I'd say. There's 4.5 minutes nearly of injury time gone, but maybe loading out a little bit. But look at the 4 points makes it, I think, impossible for Clare now. We cannot get a go on the point, I think, in the time left now, unless he finds 8 or 9 minutes of injury time. However, it's Becky Foley, or Elena Ryan, sorry,
it's Elena Ryan, that pass from Neve O'Dea. It goes in, Foley puts up the hand. Lorna McNamara comes out with it. The ball, but it's Anya Keane, another lady who's had a very good game for the Galway ladies. The ball out to Higgins. Higgins gets the ball out to Lisa Nyland, or it is Lisa, number 20, is a free in for Clare. It was Lisa Casserly. 5 minutes of added time gone.
That was a great tackling and surround and swarm tackle by the Clare girls, Leo, in fairness.
Yeah, it's good intense play. Elena Ryan with the free, and she's leaving it for Chloe Morey to take it. We need bodies in around the Carnoiga. We've 2 inside against 6 backs. We've 4 players on our own half back line. It's a numbers game. It is, the tactics are,
And now she's going for the point here for sure, because they're not bothering. No,
there must be time, because they did ask the referee the time, and here comes Chloe, strikes it, and is it a tail net? There's a tail net out to the right hand side and gone wide. The score remains Galway 1 goal and 14, Clare 13 points. There had to be time I'm not surprised. I'm surprised why Lorna McNamara, Pat, because she's missed no free.
But that position play 45 metres out, 48 out on the sideline. She's been putting them over very, very well. But look, Chloe has how many has been over Claire in her career, I suppose, and it's worth a try. He's getting extra time. I don't know.
This man, maybe this man is used to hurling in 35 minutes. It's Claire Hare, foul, gone to ground. The ball comes to Zian Spillane, trying to get it for Claire. The ball goes back to Carmody. Carmody kicks it on. Now he comes to Grogan. Grogan and passing the Galway half back line. Can she get it in? She's blocked down by Aoife Donoghue. It comes to Katie Ann Porter. He had he put his whistle to his mouth. He doesn't blow it. It comes to Abby Walsh.
He does now.
And who's he going blowing on this occasion?
We don't know.
All the players are looking. We're not too sure what way he's going blowing.
Is he worried about a head injury and going to throw it in maybe?
There's a Galway player gone down. Is it Carrie Dolan has gone down there for Galway? Indeed it is Carrie Dolan. We're waiting to see.
He's gone in, is it?
He must be going in because I see Emma Hillibert going back. It's 6.5 minutes now of added time.
If we had pointed the last one and lobbed this in the square, we still had a chance, but...
There's a yellow card. It looks like for Carrie Dolan. I'm not too sure. Was there a chop down or something? It's Claire Hare with the free. She has to lob it in, or you'd never know what this fella. It's what he's going to play on. But look at it, 7 minutes of added time played here in Kilbake. The patrons getting full value for their entrance money here. They had the intermediate game first, and now they have the senior game plus 7 minutes. And there's another sub on for Galway. Is that Alwyn Rabbit? We'll wait and see who is it on. Number 24. Indeed, it is Alwyn Rabbit. That ball is dropped in, and it's going to be cleared out by Emma Hillibert. But who's it? It's Dervla Higgins for Galway. The ball breaks. There's a chance here for Claire. Chloe Morey lightering at the tent on the 21 metre line. She hasn't been picked up by the Galway players. The ball very close to the line, cleared out by Rachel Hennefy. Anya Keane trying to get it for Galway, and indeed with that there goes the full-time whistle of a very, very entertaining, very Division 1 National League game, and a scoreline of Galway 1 goal and 14 is Clare 13 points. Raymond Nelson, your final thoughts?
Overall, I suppose it wasn't too bad. You know, we looked down and out maybe at half time. It didn't look great, and it was a battling performance in the second half. You'd have to be a bit frustrated there near the end when we had a slight chance, and we kept too many players back here. I didn't see any reason for having a sweeper, especially when they took off some of their players. Galway were back in the defence and all that. You'll note there, I don't know whether you mentioned it earlier, that the performance coach for Galway is none other than Cora Staunton.
Yeah, a fair addition to, if she's as good at the coaching as is the football, she's a big addition.
Anyway, there's shoots there, isn't there? You know, I mean, a lot of work to be done, obviously, and maybe there's a few players in the county all the time that you need to come back or whatever way you get them back, but it's not. You know, we're a little bit behind the top teams. Of course, you'll have to admit that in maybe physicality, and Galway had some beautiful interplay there, and you know, when this is only the first few days of March, like, and we probably are lacking a bit in that. We're probably lacking, scoring forwards, because and then the method of scoring and so on, like that, getting grip on the ball, laying it off, shooting, all that kind of thing. We're depending a lot on frees maybe for most of our scores, which is a big problem. But overall, not too bad, and there's hope at least.
Yeah, indeed, Pat, there is hope, and plenty of hope. I know Raymond alluded it. We are dependent on frees for the scores, but look, you have to get the ball up and get fouled to get the frees.
Yeah.
Look at the shoots. Obviously their fitness levels were greater than Galway, but my only thing is I just a bit frustrated that they didn't push on and go for the win. Now, not that they weren't going for the win, but why they weren't pushing bodies forward. We had 5 or 6 bodies across here, and lack of numbers was the reason. Galway. Safety in numbers.
We
really
seem to be fixated that Davina Rabbit might do, or Sabina Rabbit might do any more damage, was because we kept a player beside her and a player beside her again nearly all through the second half, and then we were pushing on there with 4 minutes, with 5 or 6 minutes to go, and there was 4 points in it or 3 in it, whatever, and we probably needed a goal. We weren't going to get 4 points from play or from in terms of the time. We weren't shooting often enough to get points anyway. So yeah, we wondered about that, but I suppose look at. I suppose the Clare lads are looking at that. If we went up, pushed up the field, we conceded a quick goal to a break, it was going to put a gap of maybe 6 or 7 or 8 points in it, and it looked like that might happen through the second half. That I thought this could be anything up to 10-point margin would be a big setback. However, the Clare attitude and their fitness and their heart they showed as well, and some of the skills they showed as well in that second half, particularly in the last quarter, showed a real positive vibe, and as I said, a lot of maybe green shoots there, as Raymond said, and I think moral victories are no good. I mean, we've gone past that at this stage now, and I'd say I don't think this was a moral victory. I think this was a genuine attempt to bring down a top team, and 140 to 13 points is about a fair reflection, because Galway put some fabulous moves together, and it looked like they could up it any time, but I don't think they were able to up it in the last 10 minutes. But Pat, really pressurise them, and that's a great sign of I
think that, Pat, if you're going to take down these top teams, maybe, and no,
you need green flags as well.
But you have to be maybe a bit braver and go for it.
That's probably true, Leo. And I mean, maybe a league game was a better chance to do it in than championship game later on against the likes of Cork or Tip or whoever it'll be. But look at they're now and they're huddling. I'm sure they're saying, look, we're on the right track, and they will take a lot of positives from the game, which is the usual phrase people use now.
Yeah,
but we all take it. And the only thing is, as you said, you've got to take the steps somewhere of actually winning a game like this. It's a short drive up here. There's no physical tiredness or anything like that involved. A beautiful conditions for Camogie. Could it be calmer and drier for the whatever date in March we have? Outstanding conditions, and look at it was a very good performance without being a great one, but the promising signs are very, very good. But someday we're going to have to get a victory in a game like this and just seal the deal. Yeah, and indeed. So as we take our leave here from Kilbacon, we thank everybody for their cooperation here in Kilbacon. On a final scoreline of Galway 1 goal and 14 is Clare 13 points. My thanks to Raymond and to Pat. Thanks to Jim on the control tower. Single-handedly again brought us through our show here from Kilbacon, and also with further refreshments. We thank our sponsors, Del Credit Union, our outside broadcast sponsor by Michael Long Construction, and once again we thank our main sponsor here for our National League programme here is Career-Wise Recruitment and Joe Robbins. We thank everybody and his team down there who are always willing to help you at any opportunity. So from me, Leo Dial, and all in Kilbacon, the point score to Galway. And so until we meet again, it's Bannock Day, August Lawn.
Nice again. 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 Nice again.